Have you ever found yourself asking, why do I lose interest in sex? And felt the quiet sting of confusion, even shame, wondering what changed? In you, in your partner, in your relationship. What if today we explore exactly that? The real reasons rooted in science and psychology, and the practical steps you can take right now to reconnect with intimacy, trust, and emotional connection. I'm the intimacy doctor. Real talk, real science, real intimacy. And in this conversation, yes, conversation, we're diving into why you might lose interest in sex, how emotional, relational, and biological pieces interact, and how to reclaim the spark through deeper connection, communication, and self-awareness. Imagine two people who once couldn't keep their hands off each other, but now the electricity is gone. Something shifted. Maybe it was subtle. The stress of work, the kids, the changing body, the unspoken hurt. It's not that there's a broken you or broken us. It's that intimacy is delicate and interest in sex isn't just a switch you flip. It's part of a larger system. Your mind, your body, your emotions, your relationship dynamics. Today we'll unpack 3 major insights, maybe 4, so you can look at your life, your relationship, and your choices more clearly. And then you'll have practical takeaways to bring you closer to yourself, your partner, and the intimacy you thought you'd lost. Let's begin. Insight. 1. Emotional connection is the fuel, and trust is the conduit. When you lose interest in sex, one of the most common roots is not physical, it's emotional. The psychology of relationships shows that when emotional connection weakens, sexual desire often follows. Research in relationship science finds that when couples report high emotional intimacy, they also report higher sexual desire and satisfaction. When emotional connection erodes, attraction often falters too. So what happens? Perhaps invitations to speak openly feel dismissed. Maybe silent walls grow between you and your partner. Maybe trust, the sense that you're truly seen and safe, begins to shrink. Without that foundation, the excitement of physical closeness can feel hollow. If you think about your own experience, when did you last feel truly seen, heard, and safe in your relationship? Maybe it's been weeks, months, or longer. Maybe you don't remember. What does that tell you about your emotional connection? Ask yourself, is there unresolved hurt, unspoken resentment, a shift in how you communicate? Practical takeaway. Start with communication. One evening when you're both relaxed, say, I've noticed I've been losing interest in sex lately, and I'd like to talk about how we're feeling. Use I statements. I feel distant. I notice I'm not craving closeness the way I used to. Avoid blame. Invite your partner into a space of curiosity. What about you? How have you been feeling about us? When trust and emotional connection are rebuilt, even gradually, the interest in sex often begins to revive naturally. And yes, if you're watching this alone, start with self-connection. Journal your feelings, explore what you're needing, and remember that your body responds to your mind's invitation of safety and connection. If this resonates, hit that like button so more people can find it, and share your thoughts in the comments below. When did you last feel truly emotionally connected to your partner? Insight 2. Stress, fatigue, and biological realities. Science doesn't lie. Here's the raw truth. Your brain and body have their own agenda. Biological, hormonal, neurological systems all respond to external stress, internal fatigue, and hormonal shifts. When you're under chronic stress, sleep-deprived, overwhelmed by life logistics, work, kids, bills, caregiving, your body says, focus on survival, not desire. Studies in behavioral science show that higher stress and lower sleep quality correlate strongly with decreased sexual interest and satisfaction in both men and women. Your cortisol rises, your dopamine dips, your mind is on autopilot, not in the mood for connection. So if you've lost interest in sex, ask first, how much stress am I carrying? How many sleepless nights? How little time for recovery and self-care? Because until your nervous system starts to relax, your body won't fully respond to the invitation of intimacy. Relationship advice treatment often misses this part. We jump to talk more, try new positions, while the nervous system is still in battle mode. It's like trying to light a fire in a closed room. Practical takeaway, create a small ritual for decompression. Something consistent. 5-minute breathing sessions before bed, a walk together after dinner, turning off screens an hour before sleep, scheduling unplugged times. Invite your partner into that too. Can we shut off our phones for 30 minutes and just talk or sit together quietly? Over time, your body begins to shift from fight-flight mode to rest and connect mode, and when it does, the interest in intimacy often begins to stir. Reflect. What one small step could you take today to reduce stress and allow your body to relax into desire? Insight 3. Novelty, curiosity, and evolution of desire. Because intimacy changes, desire isn't static. One of the biggest mistakes we make is expecting our sexual interest to stay exactly where it was in the honeymoon phase. But psychology of relationships and sexual science tell us desire evolves. The early days of a relationship often have high novelty, new chemistry, new experiences, new dopamine surges. Over time, life routines, familiarity, and comfort build, which is wonderful in its own way, but it can also dull the spark if we don't adapt. Losing interest in sex can then mean your relationship is stuck in the comfort zone without new opportunities for connection and curiosity. So think about your shared life. Are you doing the same routines? The same evening, the same bedtime, the same conversation? Are you still exploring one another's worlds? Are you still curious? Novelty doesn't require extreme change. It might just need a small shift, trying a new activity together, having a meaningful deep question conversation, exploring a fantasy of connection, emotional, not explicit, that you haven't talked about. In intimacy terms, curiosity equals connection. Connection equals desire. Practical takeaway: set a curiosity date with your partner. Once a month, pick something neither of you has done: a cooking class, a museum online tour, a new podcast you discuss, a book you read together, a morning walk in a park you haven't been to. Then afterwards ask, how did that feel for us? Did it shift anything in how we see each other? These small novelty inputs keep your relationship system dynamic and alive, and dynamic systems adapt, respond, feel alive. When your relationship feels alive, your interest in sex often follows. Share your ideas in the comments. What small novelty could you explore this week? Insight 4. Self-identity, self-worth, and sexual interest. The inner work: often we focus only on what's between us, the partner, the dynamic, the sex. But there's also what's within us: our identity, our self-worth, our relationship to our own body and desires. Losing interest in sex can sometimes be a signal of deeper internal work. Unresolved trauma, body image issues, shame, mismatch between how we see ourselves and how we want to show up. Relationship psychology emphasizes the role of self-concept in sexual desire. When you feel confident, safe in your skin, and aligned with your desires rather than hiding them, you're more likely to express desire and respond to desire. So ask yourself, how do I feel about my body? How do I feel about my needs? Do I feel comfortable speaking them? Have I suppressed parts of my identity or sexual self because of past judgment or fear? Communication with your partner matters, but communication with yourself may matter more. Your nervous system, your sense of safety, your sense of worth, all feed into the way you enter intimacy. Practical takeaway: start a private practice of self-check-in. It can be as simple as sitting in front of a mirror or lying in quiet, saying to yourself, I am allowed to feel desire. I am allowed to be seen. I am allowed to need connection. Notice what feelings arise. Journal them. Then choose one small action to affirm your self-worth. Maybe a day of self-care. Maybe telling your partner one thing you appreciate about your body. Maybe asking for what you want in the bedroom conversation. When you align with your internal self, the external relationship can mirror that alignment. If this part of the conversation hits you, give it a thumbs up and let me know below what you think about your inner self-worth and intimacy. Here's the real conversation. Interest in sex is not simply on or off. All good or broken, fixed or failed. It's a dance of biology, emotion, identity, connection, novelty, communication, trust. It's about your relationship as a living system, and you as a whole person. If you're losing interest, the question isn't what's wrong with me, but what's shifting? What's changing? What needs to be seen, understood, reshaped? This means you don't have to panic. You don't have to resign yourself to this is just how it is. You have options. You have agency. You can initiate small changes. You can talk. You can slow down. You can invite curiosity. You can reconnect with your partner and yourself. It might feel messy. It might feel vulnerable. but that's where true intimacy lives. The real connection beyond the have sex and more sex messaging. Real intimacy means feeling safe, seen, connected, alive. If you found value in this, if you're ready to turn the corner and explore deeper intimacy, make sure you click like, share this with someone who might feel isolated or stuck, and comment below. What is one thing you will do after watching this today to reconnect with your partner or yourself? I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe to The Intimacy Doctor and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video on intimacy, relationships, emotional health, and real talk. Up next, we'll explore how to talk to your partner about sex without fear, a critical companion to today's topic. So stay tuned and let's keep building connection together. Thanks for watching.